moderate rain and fog in West Virginia.
All 75 persons aboard were killed. It was the worst plane crash in the United States this year.
The story of We Are Marshall is a timeless story. This is a snapshot of what happens when immeasurable grief comes into the collective lives of this community in Huntington, West Virginia, and what they do to dig deep and sort of find their inner hero and move on.
It takes place in the healing process. You know, what happens after that loss.
It's a movie much more about the human drama around this. I mean, football really is the backdrop for it.
It has such incredible relevance and resonance. It's surprising me that happened.
After this plane crash, there are many people in the town and the school said, let's take a breath, let's cancel the season, maybe suspend the program, let's just figure it out.
You're sympathetic to that notion of let's just wait a minute and heal a little bit and think about what the right thing to do is.
The importance of a football program in a university that's in a town of 40, 50,000. Everybody goes to the football game. Whoa, this is something really, really good.
The council realized that they can't get rid of the program. These students, these kids are going to fight to keep it alive.
It took this guy from the outside that wasn't dealing with what everybody was dealing with in this community to sort of inject a really intense optimism to moving forward at all costs.
They gave me a chance to be a college coach and help a school that really had some major problems, and I felt I could rebuild that program.
You came in with a different plan. If you lose your entire team the year before, there's not a how-to or go-to book for what coaches to get. This is my varsity team, huh?
Yeah, it was 4 of us, but one I signed here, so it just good.
Well, I'm usually bad with names. But the good news is I may actually be able to keep you fellas straight. I look at it this way, he wasn't only the final straw, he was the only straw.
2 quarters.
And it's just lovely when you immerse yourself in a picture and you look at McConaughey as Jack Lingle. You look at Matthew Fox as Red Dawson, and you just can't imagine anyone else playing those roles.
I think it's the first time I've ever played a character who is living and breathing, and a man that I was going to get an opportunity to actually speak to and pick his mind about his recollections and memories and images from that time in his life.
Red Dawson decided to stay and go on a scouting mission looking for other players for the next year instead of that choice kept him alive.
He's a really special guy, and his experience, 35 years, he's been really carrying the weight of the circumstances of that night and the fact that he wasn't on that plane. And I think it's been a very, very difficult thing for him to deal with.
It's kind of eerie. He's got me down pretty much fast.
I look at Matthew Fox and I feel that he intimately understands the power of stillness. And I think that was something that was specific to the Red Dawson character.
19's got 6 catches for 95 yards. And all because he knows that you can't go either way.
In this picture, football is a metaphor for a life well lived.
Through the game of football, getting on the proverbial playing field, this community, in their own lives, got back in the game of life.
This is about putting one foot in front of the other. The most important thing being that we played the game.
From the ashes rose the phoenix, and I think it probably portrays what I think is one of the greatest lessons in college sports. And that's to face adversity, get back up off the ground, and go on to continued success.
That's the idea of We Are Martian. When you feel like quitting, when you feel like not moving on, if you really love and you really respect those who have fallen, move on nonetheless, and one day it'll all make sense again.
I want to teach your students ballroom dancing.
Okay, where is the camera?
It is the dance of strength and love.
Love?
If I told you, we'll make you look cool.
These kids need the most help and you're doing the cha-cha-cha.
Antonio Banderas. I will teach your kids about respect and self-confidence and give them a vision of the future they could have. Take the lead. Any questions?
Do you teach adult classes?
Rated PG-13.
Why you gotta be such a ballroom weirdo?
wondering, love, 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 till the rest of me goes in. I can't